So guys, so we have to finish and then I'll give the study areas. So last week we were discussing about the pest analysis. Last week we had presentations on pest analysis, where we presented on external factors that affect the organization. We talked about the political factors, economic factors, social factors, and technological factors. But then let's finish by looking at other factors that affect the organization's activity. So apart from an organization being affected by political factors, which are factors that come from the government policies, an organization can also be affected by environmental factors, cultural factors, moral as well as ethical factors. So last week we started looking at environmental factors, but then we just have to go through them again. So we have environmental factors, cultural factors, and also moral and ethical factors as other factors that influence an organization's activities, apart from the obvious ones that we know, apart from the PESTEL, the political, economical, social, and technological factors. So we also have these factors. So we just have to finish these factors for today, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. So we have environmental factors. So each and every organization is found within an environment, and then apart from making profits, an organization is affected by things which are found in this environment. So we have two things. An organization is influencing the environment, or the environmental factors that are influencing the organization. So two things. Either the organization's operations are influencing the environment, or the organization or the environment is influencing the organization. So for example, an organization is influenced by the factors which are found within the environment. So an example would be global warming. So if we're having global warming within the environment, or if we're having climate change, it means this organization will be affected. So it means the environment is affecting the organization. So an example would be that organization that makes sweaters. So this organization is found in a hot climate. So it makes, or it produces, no, I should say it is found in a cold environment. So it produces sweaters for people. So if we are having climate change in this environment, it means instead of the environment being cold, it means the environment is becoming warm. So it means its business is being affected by the environmental factors. So we also have several factors within the environment that may also affect the organization. So for example, if we are having floods or other natural disasters, so all these, they may affect the organization's activities. So for example, if we are into agricultural production, for example, we grow maize as a product. So if that region is affected by floods, or it is faced with floods, it means our organization will be affected. So that's one thing. The environmental factors influencing the organization. But then we can also have the organization also affecting the environment. So it means the activities that are done by the environment, they're affecting the activities that are done by the organization are affecting the environment. So for example, we can be an organization which we are emitting harmful gases into the atmosphere. So for our organization to operate, it means we have to we're involved in manufacturing. So our manufacturing processes are involving, for example, emission of harmful gases. So it means our practices are affecting the overall environment. So in the end, we are going to have global warming, climate change, and then also disruption on the overall activities of the environment. So now, as an organization, where we are also faced by environmental factors, we have to make sure that we are adopting what we call sustainable practices within the environment. So yes, we are there to make profits, but then we shouldn't make profits at the expense of the environment. But then in whatever we are doing, we have to make sure that we are adopting sustainable practices or responsible practices that will help reduce a number of activities that may pollute the environment. So for example, we are reducing carbon emission. So as an organization, we have to adopt practices that will help us to reduce the emission of carbon and other harmful gases into the atmosphere. And then in the end, we are going to make profits as an organization, but then also we are going to preserve the environment for the future generation. So this is how the organization can be impacted by the environment, or their activities, they can also impact the environment. So any questions on environmental factors? Questions or clarifications, opinions, or suggestions? So if everything is clear, so we have to continue. The other one is culture or cultural factors. So the definition of culture, it just refers to the shared values, shared beliefs, shared norms, or shared practices of a specific group of people. So the world has a number of cultures, or it has a range of cultures. So these cultures, they have unique values, they have unique beliefs, they have unique customs. So as an organization, we may be found in that environment whereby we are surrounded by a specific culture. So it means these people whom we are associated with, they have social values, or societal values. So they have unique societal values. So by values, we mean things that these people consider to be important. So each and every culture will have different things they consider to be important. So for example, we have certain cultures, they value what we call family. So a culture which values family will have its own unique activities or its own unique characteristics. And then you have beliefs. So different people have different beliefs. And then they also have different customs. So these may include traditions that these people follow. So each and every culture will have different customs and also norms. So all these, they affect their buying behaviors. So for example, if you are associated with a certain culture, it means your culture will determine your purchasing behavior. So because because you belong to a certain culture, you may be influenced to buy a certain product. And because you are not, or you don't belong to a certain culture, you may be influenced to not buy a certain product. So it means culture is influencing the consumer's buying behavior. So what would be the example in Malawi? How does culture influence the buying behavior of customers? Like in Malawi's perspective, how does culture influence the buying behavior? Or to what extent do people buy a product because of their culture?
And referring to things to do with meat. Some don't buy from the butcher, which are not highlights.
Yeah. So culture and religion is influencing, for example, as he said, so some people, they don't buy certain meat just because they belong to a certain culture or religion. So it means culture or religion is influencing consumers' buying behavior. So now, as an organization which is found in this culture, where its people have different values to theirs, it means this organization has to get adapted. So it has to come up with policies of getting adapted or of aligning their products or strategies or services to the culture of people who are found in this region. But then this whole thing of aligning ourselves with the culture of people, it can be expensive. For example, for organizations to implement these strategies, to come up with products that align with people's preferences or people's behavior or culture, it means the organization can have to spend a lot in order to create all these strategies and also policies or products. So in this case, culture can affect the organization's activities negatively or positively. So one way it's on marketing. So how the organization would decide to market their product. So by marketing, we mean we want to inform these people, we want to persuade, we want to convince these people about a product. So we have to convince them to buy our products that we are providing. So marketing in an environment which is, in an environment whose people, they have different views or different culture to the culture that we follow as an organization, it can be difficult. So it means this organization has to find specific ways of aligning their marketing strategies with the cultural beliefs of people who are found in that region or area. So the question here would be, what are some of the strange cultural beliefs or strange cultural beliefs or customs that you know? Strange cultural beliefs or customs that you know, or traditions that you know, whether in Malawi or across the world. No, any strange cultural beliefs or values. Oh, huh? Oh. So is it related to their culture?
Yeah, it's not a lot, and they have different reasons. When you go to the experiment, they say, but when you go to a new batch of STAs, the reason STAs don't eat because the understanding to exodus after the water, resting of exodus allows the that is the food at two because which is regarding Kumba is my luminant and that is my luminant, so that's why no one does somebody so mbuzi mabigula asamaje kumba si bigula mauza bigula aike kana bigula kasi wamekuwa
so yes. So, guys. Guys. So, guys, let's continue. Guys, hey, blessings. Hey, guys, let's continue. Hey. Hey, guys. Hey, blessings. Amen.
So if the organization which is operating within the area have products such as eggs and they higher efficiency rates in the area,
Yeah, so they say, so as he said, some cultures, they say pregnant women, they don't have to eat eggs when they are pregnant. So if we have an organization which is into selling eggs, it means it will be affected. So it means cultural beliefs, they're affecting the organization's activities. In this case, culture is affecting consumer behavior and also preferences. So on the same culture, what were you told when you were young about losing a teeth? Like losing teeth. So what was the reason behind it? So we are continuing. So the last one is on moral and ethical. So apart from culture and also apart from the environment, the environmental factors, organizations are also influenced by the moral and ethical. So organizations are required to use ethical standards when operating. So by ethical standards, we mean this organization has to have moral principles or moral values when conducting themselves on the market. So it means they have to do everything ethically. So by doing things ethically, it means they have to have moral principles or moral standards when operating on the market. So one of the examples is corporate social responsibility. So it means apart from making profits, an organization also has to be responsible to the environment. So apart from achieving profits, which is the primary objective of an organization, organizations also have to be there to promote corporate social responsibility. So by promoting corporate social responsibility, we mean organizations have to improve the welfare of a society. So how does an organization do this? So we have several types of corporate social responsibilities. For example, environment, where the organization is contributing to the sustainable development of the environment. So by adopting things that will help to conserve the environment or to protect the environment, it means the organization is doing the corporate social responsibilities. And then also within corporate social responsibilities, we also have what we call ethical social responsibility as one of the types of social responsibilities that an organization can do. So it means in ethical responsibility, it means the organization is using or is utilizing or using moral principles to achieve its activities. So for example, organizations have to have one of the in ethical social responsibilities is integrity. So organizations, they have to have integrity as a moral principle or a virtue that each and every employee within this organization must have. So apart from integrity, organizations can also have what we call trust. They have to be transparent, and then they also have to be accountable. So my question would be, what's the difference between transparency and accountability? Yes, transparency and accountability.
Being transparent is like doing things openly.
Yeah.
Being accountable is accounting for involving others.
No, on so yes, you have got it right on transparency, but then accountability. Yes.
Next time now, being accountable, accountability means to be responsible for
She also wants to try. Yeah. So yes. So being transparent is to be open. So an organization is conducting itself, so they have to be open. So people have to know what is going on within this organization. So one of the ways of being open is to regularly release what we call the financial statements so that other stakeholders can know what is happening within the organization. And then organizations also, as one of the ethical principles, they also have to be accountable. So accountability. So by being accountable, it means they have to be responsible for their actions. So in our previous lessons, we talked about authority and responsibility. So when you have an authority, you're also responsible for that authority. So in an organization, because these people, for example, the managers, they are entrusted with the organization's operations, they have to be accountable. So they have to be responsible, and then they have to be answerable to people on whatever is happening within this organization. So that becomes one of the moral principles that this organization has to follow. And then also ethical sourcing. Ethical sourcing, this just refers to principles that are adopted in identifying materials that the organization uses in the organization. So this would also include each and every activity that is involved for an organization to come up with a product and then also to sell this product to the right consumers or customers. So we have some importance of, yes, these are also others. So honesty. So organizations must be honesty. So in whatever they are doing, they have to be telling the truth. So honesty, it's about us telling the truth. So this is one of the qualities which is absent in most of organizations. So it becomes hard for people in an organization to be telling the truth. Maybe, for example, an employee to his manager or to his boss to tell him or her the truth of what has happened, it becomes difficult sometimes. And then fairness. So treating each and every employee equal is one of the ethical principles. And then also in fairness, we can say, so we don't have to look at where the person is coming from. For example, his background, his religion, where he lives, and also what he believes in. But then we have to treat people based on their qualifications. So qualifications has to be the only thing that we have to consider. For example, when we want to promote employees or when we want to transfer employees. So it means we are treating employees fairly by only considering on their competences, not on where they're coming from, their background, what they have, and also how they look like. So these ethical principles or moral principles that organization have to follow, they have got their own advantages. They have their own advantages. So, importance of ethical business practices. So what will happen to us? So what will be the good side or the benefits that we are going to have when we are following ethical principles or moral principles in operation or in operating our business? So the first one is, one, obviously it's about customer loyalty. So customers are one of the most important stakeholders of each and every organization. So because these people, they are the one who buy the products that are made by the organization. So each and every organization aims at convincing customers or attracting customers. So one way of attracting these customers is by involving moral principles or by using ethical principles. So each and every customer would want to transact with an organization that, for example, that treats its customers fairly, that uses fair trading practices. So in our previous lessons, we also looked at hoarding as one of the unfair trading practices. So customers, they would want to transact with an organization that has or that uses fair trading policies. For example, this organization doesn't employ children. So as a customer, he will be drawn or he'll be interested in doing transactions with that kind of organization that values customers. And in the end, there will be customer loyalty. So it means each and every time a customer decides to buy a product, his first choice will be going to this organization because this customer has developed loyalty to this organization. He is loyal to this organization. So even if the prices may increase, but then that customer will still be loyal to the organization. The other importance of following ethical principles in an organization is talent attraction and retention. So talent attraction, we are referring to employees. So an organization that values ethical principles, it will easily attract employees. So each and every employee would want to work in an organization, for example, that treats its employees fairly, that has good remuneration or good salaries, or for example, that provides career development opportunities. So each and every employee would want to be in that organization. And in the end, because this organization is able to attract human resources, so in this case, quality human resources, in the end, we are going to have retention. So this is retention. It is a process whereby people are not leaving their jobs. So in a work environment, we may have people who are leaving their jobs because of a number of things. So poor working conditions would be one of the reasons why an employee would decide to leave his or her job. Poor relationships between the employees and the management would be another reason why an employee would want to leave his job. And then also unfair practices between, for example, favoritism between the employees would also be another factor that would influence an employee to leave his or her job. But then if this employee is found within that environment whereby he's given everything, so it means this person will keep his job. So he'll not be thinking of finding another job or leaving his current job for another one because he's able to find everything that he or she wants within the organization. So that's where this point is coming from: talent attraction and retention, whereby we're attracting people, quality human resources, and then also we are able to keep people. People are not leaving the job. So the question would be, what would be the impact? So if an organization is having more people who are leaving, so okay, this year it has employed someone, so next year that person is deciding to leave. So what would be the impacts of that? So it's called high turnover. High turnover is when people are leaving the job frequently. So what would be the impact on the business, whereby people are just leaving the job frequently, so they are not stable? What would be the impact? Come again? Yeah.
Because most of them who leave their jobs, they are talented people.
Yes.
And the remaining ones are not, they do not have much talent.
Yes. Yes. So yeah. Correct. So it means, so if if more people are leaving, it means we are losing talented people. So one of the reasons why an individual would want to leave, it's because maybe he's more talented or he has more skills, where he or she thinks he's being, for example, underpaid. So because he's being underpaid, this person might decide to leave that workplace or that job to find another job which offers better benefits. So by that means an organization is losing people who are qualified, and in the end, the organization's overall performance or overall productivity will reduce, just because the most important people or people who have talents, they are leaving the job, and in the end, the organization will be affected financially. So yes, that's a good point. So what's the other reason why people, or the impact to an organization of high turnover, where people, more people are leaving the job? So yes, so that is the reason why would influence someone to leave. So poor working environment, yes, it would be the reason why would influence someone to leave a job. So maybe they are not given, the environment is not conducive for that particular job. So an employee would decide to leave in order to find another job which is suitable to his qualifications or competencies. So yes. Another one is competitive advantage. So we are following these ethical principles for us to have what we call a competitive advantage. So this competitive advantage, it is an advantage that an organization has over other organizations. So because this organization is found within an environment which also has competitors, so it means this organization is competing with other organizations for different resources. For example, raw materials. So we are competing with another organization for raw materials. We're competing with another organization for human resources, like for quality employees. And then also we are competing with other organizations for customers. But then if an organization is following ethical principles or moral principles within the environment, it can establish what we call a competitive edge or a competitive advantage over its competitors. So for example, we talked about, so the last slide talked about social responsibility. So social responsibility would include, for example, if we are based within the community, would include, for example, taking part in community activities. For example, if the community wants to plant trees, it means this organization is taking part in tree planting activities. And then, for example, if that community has, for example, an orphanage, this organization is taking part or is funding that orphan center. And then also, if it has sporting activities, the organization is taking part. So because this organization is doing what it can to the society or to the community members, they also respond. So their response will be a positive one. So even if you can give two customers within that community to choose, I mean, a customer to choose between your product and another organization's product, this customer will likely go for your product because they know that you are not just there to make profits, but then you are also providing services. So obviously, this customer, if he was given a choice to choose between your product and another organization's product, so we can have high chances that this person would choose your product because of the services you are providing. So in the end, it means you're having an advantage, which is regarding your competition. So in the end, you can have more customers, you can have more revenue, and then you can also have an advantage of acquiring more quality human resources, because organizations will associate your products with ethical issues. So each and every time a person mentions your product or comes across your product, what he or she will be thinking is, these people, they use fair trading practices, so they don't exploit human resources, they don't overcharge, or they don't maybe sell expired products, but then they do everything according to specific standards which are positive. Yes, questions. Moral and ethical, I think, yeah. So the difference, it's not that much. So they are both related. So mostly when we think of moral, maybe we can think of the individual behavior, like the behavior of the employees within the organization. And then ethical, it can encompass all those behaviors, both the individual and also the organization behavior. But then the difference, it's not that much. So they are both related. Yeah. Any questions before? So this is I think our last one. So it also increases trust in products and services. So organizations it increases trust in products and services. So a customer would want to buy a product from an organization that follows specific standards or specific models, as compared to an organization that is known for being unethical. So for example, in this case, an organization which is known for selling expired products or products that are not of good quality will not win the trust of its customers. In the end, this organization will lose customers and then profits. And in the end, this organization can be out of a business because more people are not willing to buy from them. But then if we have an organization which follows these principles, for example, they are not exploiting customers, they are having fair prices, it means it's easy for customers to have trust in their product and services. It means each and every time these people have a choice of what products to buy or what services to have, they'll be thinking about this company or firm because of the services it provides to the customers. So these are some of the points, and this is the end. No, just the end. But then we have some reflection questions. So these are just reflection questions. So what we have learned so far, so are sole traders better than limited liability companies? So now I want you to be answering these questions. So are sole traders better than limited liability companies? So first of all, what is this limited liability company? So these are questions that we have. Yeah. Okay, this question, how can you answer it? Are sole traders better than limited liability companies?
So traders, they have full ownership of all the profits which are if they share the profits.
Okay, so who can describe the unlimited liability disadvantage of sole traders? Unlimited liability disadvantage. Okay, so one of the disadvantages of sole traders is that they have unlimited liability. Who can describe this disadvantage? Yeah.
When we say that it's not fair, we mean that the owner or the person who is responsible it could be one person.
Yeah.
So the person of the business would be responsible for any benefit. He may be sued because the person is not separate from the company. It's only the business is him. There's no separation between them. The deal is responsible for what the damages and sometimes the deal try to pay the money, this money from this one access.
Yes, so correct. So that's a great answer. So yes, as he has said, I think I don't have to. So yes, unlimited liability. It's when. So this one, it's called. It's not a separate legal entity. So there's no separation between this organization and the owner. So what it means that the owner is also responsible for the losses that are made by the business. So that thing is called unlimited liability, whereby if the organization is, or if the business has made losses, it means the owner will be personally liable to pay back the loans by himself. And then if this person is failing, so for example, the bank, they may offset his personal properties, for example, buildings, just for him or her to pay back the loans. But then that is different with in these companies, whereby, so it's coming from this way now, limited liability, where each and every member of the company, so these people are called shareholders, the owners of these companies, they have a limited. So it means their responsibility only ends to the amount of money they have contributed to the business. So if the business is involved into financial crisis or financial problems, what these people will lose is what they have contributed into the business, but not their personal properties or personal assets. So yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask how. So you can choose one, but either for the organization, either social or Indian, company.
Yeah, so this question was coming because, so for example, if you want to start a business, so you can choose to start a sole trading type of business where it will be just you as the person operating the business. So it also has advantages of having a one person business. But then if you don't want this, you can choose to join a limited liability company. So all these, they have their own advantages and disadvantages. So the choice will be yours to either to start this type of business. So what would influence you to venture into sole trading type of business is that maybe you want to be using all the profits by yourself. So you want to have full control of the business. But then that full control, it also has responsibilities, which is one of the disadvantages is what he has said, unlimited liability, whereby you'll be responsible for the losses as the owner. And then you can choose to join this. So although you may not have full control of the business, although you may have to be sharing the profits in form of dividends, but then you'll not be responsible for the failures or the losses of the business. So that's a limited liability company. What about this one? Are employees more important than customers?
Okay. When you are doing business, you all take it to the customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our push is the customer. So the most important person is the customer rather than an employee. Because again, because only the employee, you can reveal. Yes, shut up. I mean, customer, it's not reveal. From the real and always around.
And I think employee.
Employee?
Because employee mesa ndo mabanga to the customer. Mapanga show the employee akaine bad mood. Abisubiaza. As you told is not who sugar kale office to Chua employee ama disability ndani agana.
Yeah.
So I just say no free.
My employee no free ni my employee abanga no and customer yo.
Your employee, your yes company, salary allocation. The customer, you know me. Customer, the customer. One is around the sub last. I mean, we don't know about the mouth, but what's I don't know. Many don't know than run. The customer don't know. Employee.
I work for the employee. Before employee no customer. Why employee need to have but
Customers, let's say you come. Customers are, for example, are born each and every day. But to train one employee to make it's expensive. So for the meantime, an employee is more important than a customer. Because you can have 4 more customers. Even if you have 3 customers, you will die. I say only 3 days you come another one. But for the employee, I say, wait, I should not do. Honestly speaking. The profession, okay, you have to listen to us.
Okay. Hey guys. Hey guys, let's continue. Okay, let's. Okay, guys. Okay. Guys. Hey. Hey, Captain. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Hey. Okay, guys. Guys. Yeah. Okay. Okay. People who are saying customers are important, they have to raise their hand. Customers are important. Employees are important. Okay. People who are neutral. Okay. Okay, let's continue. This one. So yeah, we are on the third one. So is the impact of technology on businesses more negative than positive?
No. Yes. No, yes.
So the impact of technology on businesses, does it have more negative than positive?
No. Because of technology, our business, are good overnight. For instance, we're talking about online business. Infrastructure. And ELP, yes, negative.
Yeah. Continue.
Communication, online, more effective than meeting man to man. You will have money. You have the phone. Call your mother 1,000. You have 100
160,000. What do you we are planning on there? I was over there. I'm not face to face. Now we are
Yeah. So this one, does inflation have positive sides?
Yes.
So this by definition, this is the general increase of prices of goods and services.
Yes.
So does it have positive sides?
Yes. Yes and no. Yes. Okay. Sir, depending is easy to Nigeria kuweza kulipa but depending on other countries, let's say take for example China. China has benefited more on inflation.
Guys, let's. Yeah.
The other reason that the country experiences inflation, that the country doesn't have policy.
Yeah.
So the reason with the inflation is more like it wants to sell what the country has, or the country has policy to maintain their inflation. That's one of the
Oh yeah.
I think no.
Okay, so
I think no. Despite that, Holland is a business.
So on this one, so guys, so on this one, so guys, on this one, the majority of inflation has a lot of negative sides. So inflation has a lot of negative sides, but then that's why I wanted to ask for the positive, because the majority of the effects of inflation, they are negative. So I just wanted to find out if it also has positive sides, apart from the majority negative sides. So I just also wanted to find out if it also has positive sides. So yes, the last one. Do organizations have obligations beyond profit making? Obligations beyond profit making. So this is the primary objective of organization. So we have to achieve profits. So by obligations, I mean, does it have also other objectives apart from the actual profit making? Does it have other objectives? So what would these objectives include? Apart from making profits. So what are they? What are these other obligations? Yeah. Yes.
Developing the community.
Can you explain?
Only common objectives. There's national objective. On the social objective is like giving back to the community, the profits they are making.
Yeah.
That's the essence of
Western Spain.
What does it do?
On the table, mobile table. When you see content, I will welcome content tables. That they make. Also, that you call it. One of my school.
Yeah.
Therefore, absolutely correct to say,
Yeah.
obviously, the government,